I was recently asked what was the hardest running workout that I did leading up to my 219 marathon. And I'll share with you a few examples of the workouts I was doing in Colorado Springs. If you're new to this channel or if you're a regular viewer, you may know that I was in the military. I retired in 2022, spent 20 years on active duty. And so I spent a lot of time out in Fort Carson in Colorado Springs. And so training at altitude was really difficult. But some of the workouts that helped me get to a point where I could run under 220 for the marathon, and the hardest running workout that I did, I would probably say would be my long runs. Okay, I always talk about the very paced long runs, but I had done one long run 6 weeks out from the 2011 monumental Indianapolis Marathon. I ended up finishing in 5th place during that race in 2:26:42. Had to jump in a porta-john, lost probably about 3 minutes off of my finish time because of that. But I was probably fitter going into that race than I was prior to running 2:19:35 at the 2007 California International Marathon. And 6 weeks out from the 2011 monumental Indianapolis Marathon, I did a 20-miler in 1:50:02. And I still remember that morning. I was stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and I had to get up at 5 a.m. to do that workout, and got that run done because I had to report to work at 8. And I finished that workout in 1:50:02 and averaged 5:30 per mile for the 20-mile distance. That was probably the hardest workout I did, running workout, but I also did 3 other specific types of workouts that was very indicative of what I was going to be able to do in the marathon. I really knew after I did these 3 specific workouts that I was ready. And again, this was at 6,400 feet elevation. I did 3 3,200 meter repetitions on the track, or 8 lap reps. First one I did 9:50. I had a 4-minute recovery. Then I ran a 9:55, 4-minute recovery, and then ran 10:01 for the last 3,200 meter rep. Okay, so I knew I was ready, especially after doing that workout. Weeks out, about 2 to 3 weeks out from running 2:19:35. I was at Cheyenne Mountain High School in Colorado Springs. It's around 6,300 feet at the track there. Most of the World Class Athlete Program athletes now currently, which is about 95% Kenyan-born athletes, are training on that track at Cheyenne Mountain High School. And there's an example of that. I'll leave a picture of me doing this specific workout here on the video here. I did 6 1,600 meter reps between 4:44 to 4:46 per rep with 60 seconds of recovery 3 weeks out from running 2:19:35. So when I went into the California International Marathon, I had a personal best of 2:40:02 for the marathon. I had run 50:54 for 10 miles prior to that, and that was en route to my 1:07:06 half marathon that I ran at the 2007 Philadelphia Rock and Roll Marathon, which was held in September, a few months prior to going into the California International Marathon. So even having that 2:40:02 marathon, I wasn't intimidated by the athletes that I was going up against. I knew the way I felt that morning in the race that I was going to go with the leaders, and I was going to find out what I was made of. And I ran a huge personal best, 21 minutes. I knocked 21 minutes off my personal best, running 2:19:35. I finished in 4th place and also as the top American. Also in that race, I was not wearing the super shoes most athletes are wearing today. I was wearing these shoes when I ran 2:19:35. So this is a lesson for all of you guys and gals out there that you do not need to have a pair of Nike Alpha Flies on your feet to run fast. Now, that being said, if I was going after a fast marathon today, hint, hint, I would definitely be wearing a pair of racing flats. I would definitely be wearing a pair of those super shoes. The technology we have today is so much better than when I was running in 2007. But these are the shoes. These are more like 3K to 5K indoor racing shoes. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking when I was running these, but I'd done so many track workouts. I did tempo runs in these shoes in 2007 that I just wore these in the race. And the last workout I did about 4 weeks out from running 219 was, again, I was running in Colorado Springs on the trails. I did a 4-mile tempo run in 1942. Okay, so running under 5-minute mile pace at that high of an effort, at that high of altitude, was obviously indicative of what I was going to be able to do if I really set myself up leading into my goal race. Again, be consistent with what you're doing. Believe in what you're doing in terms of your preparation, and you will succeed in whatever goal time you're going after. It's just being patient with yourself, okay? There's so many athletes out there that have much more in them, much more capability than they've currently are showing, but they just have to start changing up how they train. I hope this video was helpful for the athlete out there that was wondering what were some of the toughest running workouts that I was doing over the years leading up to running my personal best. And all of these types of workouts also help me run 14:18 on the roads for 5K, 31:09 for 10K on the roads, 50:54 for 10 miles, 107:06 for the half marathon, 144:05 for the 20-mile distance en route to running 219. And again, whatever type of goal you're going after, definitely spend some time running at much faster paces than you're planning on racing. You want to get accustomed to getting comfortable, getting uncomfortable, and spending time running down toward your 3K to 5K race pace if you're training for the 10K half marathon or marathon. Again, that's going to get that goal race pace to feel easier for you, improve your body's lactate tolerance, your ability to sustain your goal race pace for a longer period of time, and being more strategic in how you're racing, running a negative split rather than running a positive split if you can. Okay, when I ran my 219:35 marathon, I did a positive split. I went out in 107:09, 3 seconds slower than my PR for the half marathon, which is 107:06. Okay, so in that particular case, I was ready to do that. That particular morning, if it would have been a half marathon, I probably maybe would have ran a high 104 or 105 that morning. But sometimes when you're ready and you've tapered down correctly, you know you're prepared, you have to go for it. But so I ran 107:09 for the first half, came back with a 112:26, so I had a positive split. But it's much better in most cases to go and run easier the first half and come back faster the second half. Okay, so I don't want you to have to hit a wall or to have to succumb to going redlining and going way too anaerobic too soon, so that you can really enjoy and try to enjoy the last half of your race and be passing people rather than being passed yourself, and making sure that, again, focus on all the fundamentals that go into running fast over the middle to long distance races. Hydration, practicing drinking enough, practicing taking in fluids and gels so that you're taking in glucose, glycogen when you're racing. Focusing on your speed and leg turnover, focusing on doing strides 2 to 3 times a week, 5 to 6 100-meter strides, even during your aerobic building phase and throughout your training build-up. Okay, over a long period of time, you've spent many miles, many kilometers at sprint paces on top of your workouts. That is going to help you as well, and that's what helped me also to be able to sustain the types of paces I was running in training, and to help me run at 5:19 mile pace for 26.2 miles or 3:19 kilometer pace for 42.2 kilometers. I hope this is helpful for you all. Feel free to leave me a comment below. I'll definitely reach back out to you if there's any other things I can help you all out with. And check out the resources below these videos, as well as on RunDreamAchieve.com. They're there to help take you to the next level. And if there's anything else I can help you all out with, definitely just leave me a comment and I will respond back to you. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all in the next video.